The Eachine E160 version 1 had a number of problems with it, and so Eachine very quickly released the version 2 in November 2020. Probably the key update was the bearings both on the main shaft and also on the feathering shaft, which were better quality, and they also adapted the frame rebates as well in the chassis to fit the slightly thicker ones. The tail motor wiring also became a gauge thicker because the original got very hot under any sort of tail loading. And the flight controller settings were softened a little bit. The original one had a bit of a tail twitch, and which probably most evident when flying gently. And so they just softened the gain a little bit to eliminate that. They also improved the canopy clearances by shifting the whole canopy something about 6 millimeters further forwards. In general, the tolerance is tighter and the build quality is much improved as well. So how to tell which version have you got? Basically, it's all down to the tail motor wire, so in the color of them. So if you've got the, just like circled there, if you've got the blue, red and black, then it's a version 2. However, if they're black, then you've got a version 1. So what did I check and change on mine? So the first thing was making sure the feathering shaft was Loctited, which it was. Then I changed the pinion alignment just where it was running onto the main gear. You can see in the photo there where it's the main gear is right at one edge of the pinion. So I removed the pinion, lubed the motor bearings up, and then I shortened that brass collar down by about 0.5 millimeter, which then resulted in the main gear running centre. The radio board at the front of the flight controller was actually rubbing on the inside of the canopy, and you can see circled, there's a couple of little marks on the canopy. That was actually, when I received it, it had already was rubbed like that. So I removed the flight controller and then sanded down those front mounts by around about 1 millimeter just to drop the front of the flight controller. I just want to mention too, while we're here, if you pop the blades out, just remember to watch out for these 2 spaces which go inside the blade grips on top of the blades. Really easy to drop them and then spend some time trying to find them again, which already done.